Welcome to another amazing episode of the PN81 podcast. This is your host, PN81. I want to say thank you so much for joining me for another amazing episode. I'm excited for today's episode. We are going to go into some deets on a few things and then scroll through Discord a little bit with dirty confessions. But before we get into that, I would like to welcome my amazing co-host, Mr. P.
Hello, PN81. I'm jumping the gun there. Thank you
okay.
so much for having me.
It's been a minute.
With you on the 81st episode, you said?
81.
Can't believe we've been doing that many. So
last time I did an episode, I talked about how people hadn't heard a podcast episode in a little bit. We've been in a transition period.
Right.
We're almost finished with that transition period, and we're really excited. So we thought, another update for everyone. Last time I talked about us finally having a permanent studio to do the podcast in, which we're very excited about. Someone just like 2 days ago, I think on OnlyFans, was like, hey, I just started the podcast and I'm on episode 3. And I cringed a little bit because I was like, oh, they start at the very beginning. And it's like so cool to see where we're at now compared to at the beginning of the podcast when we started literally in our bedroom, in bed, I think the first episode was.
Yeah, it's funny because you mentioned that to me the other day, and it's so many people that listen to the podcast now have, kind of just picked it up recently or listened, to like the last 10 or 20 episodes or something. Like, not a lot of people have gone back to listen to the early episodes. It's just like, but it's been a good time, and a lot has changed, as you had mentioned,
gosh.
and. One of the things you brought me on here to talk about is your booty changing.
Yes. We see all kinds of comments on social media. It's like totally a normal thing to get a variety of comments. But one thing that I get a lot of is that, people will comment a lot just specifically on my body and be like, oh, you're too small, or oh, you're looking good. Look at your muscle. And it's so funny to see, like, I know what seasons I'm in, and so it's funny to see like people react that way when I'm in a specific season. Since October, I think it was in October was when I was first like, okay, I got to get a gym membership somewhere. I got to start leaving the house to go work out at a gym, and really get serious about some things that I was doing. I've always been in pretty decent shape. I'm very grateful for that. We eat pretty good. And we stay active, but like taking it serious was something that I had not done in a long time. So I guess starting back in October, I did a few consistent plans over a 6-week period. 6 weeks is like, I feel like a good 5 or 6 weeks, I feel like is a good period to stay consistent in your workouts. A lot of people go in a different workout every time, and if you're looking for specific changes, then I recommend you don't do that. I recommend that you stay consistent. But 5-6 weeks is what I usually focus on, and then I'll switch everything back up. But it's been I've had a couple 6-week blocks that have been really good, and this past 6-week block, I've been at 120, dropped to 116. It fluctuates a little bit, but being at that higher end is something that I like to see, because a lot of people see me when I'm just like running all the time, not taking in as many calories as I should. And so I just don't hold on to anything. So lifting seriously has been great. Your sourdough has been great. Your sourdough starter. Anytime I eat it, I'm like, it's for the Gainz, and I eat so much olive oil with it or avocado oil with it. So, those things I feel like have been eating good, eating more, and lifting heavy.
Yeah.
Consistently.
I use the sourdough starter to make the sourdough bread, which has been an awesome addition to the household. I started making that, I guess. I finally got, but I started trying to make it in like the summer of 2022.
Yeah.
And I failed miserably. I couldn't get the starter to go. And so then I gave it another shot early last year, and finally got it going in March of last year. And that was the first time I had successfully made the sourdough bread, and consistently made it, up until a few months ago, and I didn't make it for, I don't know, a month or two, and then I started making it again. And man, that's like, we've mentioned it before, but the sourdough bread is just amazing. And so it's like like I'll make bread in the morning, and sometimes that's just all we eat, like all day. So
Yeah,
it's just
we
bread.
eat
We just
bread.
cut it up and eat it, and it's delicious. And yeah, it's been really good. So you were talking about 6 week plans, 6 week blocks. What do you mean by that? What's different in those 6 weeks? What do you do?
So, you know, like I said, a lot of people will go in and they'll have different workouts every time. I feel like the 6 weeks kind of allows me, I did the same workout today that I did.
Do you sit down and create a workout, or do you go and do you seek out blogs, or do you go find fitness influencers, or what do you do to find the motivation to get in those 6 weeks?
So for me personally, I like to see, just like any coach, I need a coach too. So it's nice to have someone to tell you what to do and not have to think of it yourself, just to go in with a plan that's already done for you. So I've been following these specific 6 week blocks from a girl, I think her name is Dr. Megan Squats or something like that is her name.
Megan Squats.
Yeah,
Dr. Megan Squats.
Well, that's her thing on Instagram, her tag on Instagram.
Dr. Megan Squats.
I think that's her name. I need to look it up. No, but she focuses a lot. Her stuff is a good mix of like mobility stuff combined with what I believe is core strength training things. So like your deadlift, your hip thrust, your front squats, things like that I feel like are staples. So it's a good mix. Like today specifically, I had one of my sets that had a superset, which is just 2 exercises back to back with no break. So I did 12 reps on the hip thrust, and then you do like a stand-up motion. You sit down on a block and you twist to the side, and when you stand up, you'll twist to your left side if you're standing on your right leg. So just using one leg to kind of tap and come back up, tap, come back up. And so like that kind of stuff, I feel like mixed with the strength training hip thrust stuff has been a really good combination. I used to have issues with my shoulder, and like our warm-up stuff is like you're in a on all fours, and you've got a little 2-pound weight, and you're doing like reps like that. If you can see the video right now, you're doing bringing your elbow up, or you're bringing your arm straight out, mobility things like that, joint things like that. So I've been really enjoying. I think I've done 3 of her 6-week blocks now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I came in the middle of one of them when I first started. Because it's just a calendar, like the list is on your phone. You check your whatever the day is, click on it. It'll give you your warm up, your reps. You can log everything. But
is this that chick that you showed me her app? Was that the
yes,
chick?
yes, the app that you saw. Yeah, very.
What's the name of the app?
Hectic, I think is what it's called. Let me see.
And is that app like her
Train
app?
Heroic. Train Heroic. So Train Heroic is not her app. She is a coach within the app, I believe.
Gotcha.
So you can have several different people programming workouts for you. You have to pay specifically for them. But the Training Heroic is a separate app, and then you get her access through purchasing through her. But yeah, I started in like the middle end of one of the first blocks, and then did a full block, and now I'm on week 5 of my second full block. So it's exciting. It's really cool. I know I come home a lot of the times, I'm like, dude, I was freaking hip thrusting, 55 pounds on each side, which for me, like, I'm very small and lean. And so like, I get really excited when I get to lift some heavy weight like that.
Well, and you even came home the other day and you said that you were doing weighted pull-ups.
Yeah,
right? Like
yes.
attach
3
in.
sets of 3 with a 25-pound plate attached to a belt hanging from my waist.
And these are obviously unassisted, or it could be counterproductive.
Straight
right?
up.
So
I need to record next time. I get nervous, believe that or not.
So you're doing full dead hangs.
Yeah, dead hangs. And I do, when I'm down there, I have to like seriously, I focus on.
Can you stand up and maybe turn around and give us a demonstration?
Oh yeah.
of that?
No, but for the pull-ups, I just focus on pulling straight back. Yeah.
If you can't see Panty Necked on the live stream right now or the video, she's wearing these sexy little.
These are OG shorts.
Yeah, you pulled those out the other day. I hadn't seen those in like 2 or 3 years.
Anyone that watches this, like, what was the guy's name? If he's watching this, he recognizes these shorts.
Yeah, we'll put this video up on pantynectar.com so you can go see it. Yeah, the guy who he loved these shorts.
Yeah, he bought like I think a couple pair actually. Yeah, these I've had.
And these are just straight up Walmart shorts. But they're like the best.
Lasted.
They're like sexy as fuck. I love the shape of them. Who made these things?
Probably.
Let's see. The name of the brand is Athletic.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a Walmart. It's a Walmart
Would you
brand.
be surprised if you found out it was made in China? And it's size extra small on Panty Nectar's little booty.
Yeah, I always have to tie everything like back into my waist.
You're so
My
hot,
waist
babe.
is so tiny.
A little tits right there.
Thank you.
I feel like Howard Stern.
You dirty old man.
I need to get some a fucking perm.
God.
Dye my
I
hair
could
black
not
and get a perm.
imagine.
I'll need to get glasses soon, so I might get some fucking round ones like Howard has. I don't know.
Dude, you
No,
need
no
glasses. You said no way.
I don't know, what kind of glasses should I get when I get glasses? Like the square ones, I don't know. I've never put that much thought into it.
You're probably gonna need some soon. I read you a meme last night. What did it say? It said, guys be pushing 40 and still treating their female bad. Shut up, you about to die.
That's funny because I just turned 40, right?
That's so funny. No, but lifting consistently has been really nice. I'm super excited to see.
You switched away real fast from that, right? Like you didn't want to discuss that?
No, so
You're like, oh, he's about to die, really.
you're not. Oh my gosh, you said that yesterday. You were like, I'm about to die. I'm like, no, you're not. No. No, I was just thinking about how excited I am for our transition coming up very soon and for us to be in a new environment. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Austin, but it's a crazy shit show here.
One piece of advice: do not move to Austin, Texas. It's a fucking shithole.
Do not.
And it used to not be like this, like the way it is now. Used to come to Austin all the time when I was younger, and it was an amazing city, vibrant, beautiful. Had a fucking weird side to it, The hippies fucking did their thing here in Austin, and everybody got along, And now it's like homeless central, fucking crackheads that just run lawless and light their bikes on fire, dead bodies being pulled out of the lake. And this is like no joke. And the crazy thing is we literally live here and we watch this shit go on, and we also try to find like news pieces about some of the things we see. And you find that like the shit's buried. Like they don't even report on so much of it, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's unfortunate to see. That's why it's so important to really focus in on the policies of where you live and who's running them. Definitely important. But we're excited for our next transition. I think it's going to be a really, people that have probably watched the podcast are like, these people just fucking like get up and go do whatever. And I think that's just a great testament to like, life should be like that. Like if you're not happy where you're at, or if you're not growing where you're at, then I recommend make some big changes.
Yeah, and things change all the time. So like you may be in an awesome place right now, right? And like it may not be so good for whatever situation, whatever reason. There's this guy, his name is, I think I've talked about him on the podcast. I don't know him personally. His name's Andrew something. He runs a website, nomadcapitalist.com. And, but he talks about, he actually has this thing trademarked, and it says, go where you're treated best. Mm-hmm. Like such a simple statement, go where you're treated best. But yet many times, oftentimes in life, so many of us fucking stick around whatever it is, and it's not where we're treated best, whether it's in a relationship or a job or, whatever it is. So if you're in a shitty spot, then move away from there.
Change it.
Yeah.
Change it. Do you have any specific, fitness goals you have in mind that you would like, coming up? I know you're consistently going to the gym as well.
Well, yeah, I love to run, so
Yeah.
like that's like my thing. But as we talked about, like here in Austin, it's I was running the trail so much, and it's like that is now so fucking shady just to like go run down there, and like we see what happens on the trail. Literally, there was a guy at 10:30 on a Tuesday morning, 2 months ago. This dude fucking was just chilling out and got chopped up by a fucking crackhead with a machete. Fucking homeless dude with the machete. Literally, the guy almost lost his arm.
I think he accidentally
His
bumped
cracked
into
skull.
him, and so when he kept walking, the guy turned around and just started like going
It's
to
crazy.
town.
19-year-old kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
So, but I say that because I haven't been running because I just don't want to be out in that bullshit. Because the problem here is like you have to defend yourself against something, and this fucking piece of shit DA.
Yeah.
This guy's out here prosecuting cops and like good citizens versus like taking the criminals off the street. 7,000 unindicted felonies. It's crazy. So,
Well, and just
one thing I want to get back into is, once we finalize our stuff, is to just really get into running again.
yeah.
And I haven't been able to run in a few months, really.
Even that half marathon that I was training for, all my training had to be done on the treadmills at the gym because like I'm like there's no way I'm not getting up before the sun to go run out on the trail by myself. I'm not doing it later in the day, So definitely was good. But that half marathon was good. I don't know if anyone saw pictures from that day. If you're a part of OnlyFans or Fansly, then you definitely saw updates throughout the day. That was super fun. I was hurting so bad the next day, every joint, everything, but
That was a hilly run too, right?
Oh my gosh. At one point, like before you get back into downtown, there was just like a massive hill. And I remember like my calves and my Achilles started to like cramp up trying to go up this hill. But it was a lot of fun, good memories. People stand out there with the craziest signs, and people were giving shots of Fireball and stuff.
In the morning on a Sunday.
During a half marathon, giving them to the runners. Yeah.
It was like, I wonder how many bottles of Fireball they went through.
I saw several people with shots, like several people. Yeah.
That's funny. I saw the video you showed me of the person out there with like the Mario.
Yeah.
Like a mushroom, and they had like the speaker out there,
Yeah.
and like you would jump up and hit the mushroom.
And I don't know if there were several of them, because like we passed 4 or 5 of them along the way. So I don't know if it was like the same person just kept going, or if it was like a group of people that were set up. Because people do that. Like there will be people set up just to be like a spectator, like a motivator, and they'll have the coolest signs out. One lady had like pickles and stuff, so we were grabbing pickles.
Man, I saw the guys that ran, because a marathon that came right by where we live, and so I was sitting out on the balcony and I saw the front runners when they came. Literally, there was 3 guys that
with the Cybertruck in front.
Yeah, and these 3 dudes, they were fucking flying, man. And they were just like, they were running together, and their stride was so long, and they had like no effort on their face. Like they were just flying. And I looked, I don't know who won, but the top time was like a 2:13 or 2:18. I don't remember. It was in the 2 teens, I think. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, it's like crazy, and like all these hills around here too.
Well, when
there's people like listen to podcasts that live in the mountains and shit. They're like, the hills in Austin. I know, like I've been to Austin. They're not bad. No, I get it. But like for us at least, like there was.
And it was cold that morning too.
Yeah.
My hands were like hurting if I didn't have those gloves.
How much elevation did y'all gain? Did it?
I'm sure on my phone I could look up, but I honestly have no clue. Let's see. Do you remember when that was?
It's February 18th, I think.
Oh my gosh, and we're in March?
Yeah.
Who else cannot even freaking... Oh yeah, my thing is like double on that.
I wonder who else ran it.
Oh, this is cool. It like shows you. Okay, so the elevation total.
636 feet.
Decent.
Yeah.
And it was like up and down, up and down, up and down. So it was honestly, I'm glad I did it. I honestly forgot that I even signed up for it, but I'm glad I did it.
It's like you see some of those like races that are like 3,000 feet elevation change.
I could not remember the few I looked up for Colorado when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
There were some like, I couldn't imagine having signed up for a race. But speaking of some dirty details, I was scrolling through the confessions page on Discord this morning, and I thought, wow, I would love to read some of these. I know you dirty perverts listening love the confessions channel, so I would love to read some if you do not mind.
Go for it.
Okay, so one of the most recent ones, this person said, I want a woman to squirt and pee all over my face daily. I had to read that because I'm like, I just know a lot of people relate to that. They're like, yes.
Daily.
Daily. Okay, this one was good. So this person said, I have loved facials ever since I started stroking, and I've slowly started transitioning from wanting to give girls facials to wanting a facial. I did my first one by putting my legs over my head and coming on my face, and this has slowly become my favorite way to come, and now I even shoot all of my cum straight into my mouth so I can swallow it. He's in it. He's in it. I wish that I was
I can only
flexible.
imagine what this guy's going to be doing in fucking 2 years. He's going to be sitting there with like fucking a black face mask and like a funnel fucking in his dick.
Honestly, if you could reach your dick with your mouth, though.
Oh, I've had this discussion with people. And
You would
it's like,
suck your own dick.
I think the logical answer is yes. Because think about it. Think.
I think I would.
Okay, I've had this conversation with people. And the guys that are like, oh no, I wouldn't do that. I'm like, okay, let me ask you this. Assume that you couldn't reach your dick.
Okay.
Would you touch your dick if you could?
Well, yeah.
Well, no shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if I want to sit there and stroke my dick, it's like, I don't know, I'd probably be giving myself a blowjob again.
I walk in, your head's just like down to chin. You're like,
I need to start working on my flexibility here. Shit, this is as far as I can go. This shit don't work. Fucking hamstrings too tight.
dude, I bet with some practice, we could totally we could get
You've been talking about like pegging me, and I'm like, no.
Yes, people are probably
You're like, come on,
cheering
let's do
right
it. I'm
now.
like, no.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. I got some feelings inside, you know?
Shit. What do you mean? I don't know. No. Kind of feelings.
Just some
Bad
pegging feelings, you know?
Yeah.
Like some strap-on feelings.
Yeah. You get those feelings out somewhere else.
No, we have one.
That bed. I know we have one.
So, and we have lube. Okay.
True.
Oh my gosh. This person said, I made some AI fakes of me and my sister and jerked off to them while imagining her riding my hard dick and begging me to come inside her.
Wow. I'm more curious about the what AI program he used to do that.
I don't know, yeah. Confession number 731.
Confession number 731, if you could respond what app you used to produce those things, because, I don't know, there's so many different AI programs. And look, our camera just moved. I don't know what's going on. But there's so many different AI programs, and some of them are like Midjourney, for instance. It's so fucking lame. You can't use
Yeah.
it won't do certain things. It won't produce.
Remember when we were make the fish drive, and it could not compute a fish driving, so it would not.
It had trouble doing that. I think Midjourney's good in the sense of it produces cool things, but it's not going to produce not safe for work content. But I do see so many different AI generated photos or whatever now
Yeah.
that people are using for.
I've seen one lady the other day, she was like, if you don't have like professional headshots, just use AI to like create professional headshots.
Oh, 100%.
And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Then you could like literally be in whatever you want. You can wear, you can like do anything.
Yeah.
And it would look good.
Yeah.
They like the pictures she took looked good.
Yeah.
Or made. This person, Confession 722, said, I've been going through a hyper horny phase and I've been masturbating to porn for an entire day for about 10 days straight, especially a lot of panning actor content. Thanks, 722. I have not come in the past week, and I've gotten so good at edging, I can hold back my cum right before my nut, saving my upcoming huge load for a special occasion. Well, whoever that is for, you better warn them first before they take a shot to the eye or something.
Wear safety glasses.
Wear safety glasses. I know best. Please warn her or him. The 721 said, last night the wife and I fucked hard and good, and she was riding and started to come. Then she fucked me harder, and we came at the same time. Gave her a big cream pie. She loved it. Honestly, hadn't fucked her like that in a while. Felt amazing.
So,
I love that they like wanted to come share anonymously on the Discord server.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that.
it makes me wonder when he says that she fucked him with a strap on, or
No, like
just,
she
rode his
was,
cock?
riding.
Okay.
Yeah, I like immediately start. Yeah.
The groove.
Confession 720 says, I am a male and I want to be filled airtight. Heck yeah. All those holes. Ear holes, and mouth hole, booty
some
hole.
earmuffs on.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me find a good one for you guys. Ooh, 717 said, I can't fuck my girlfriend without picturing someone else. I usually think about her best friend or an absolute filth porn. Dang.
I wonder if her best friend is hotter than her or not.
Oh, he's probably not. He's probably just like a dirty dog. That's what he is.
I wonder how many guys want to fuck their wives or girlfriends, best friends.
You see people on X, like they write me all the time and they're like, you look like my wife's best friend, or you look like my wife's friend. Like,
People
fucking
always say I
hot.
look like Sal Goodman. I'm like, who the fuck is Sal Goodman? Like, let's look this guy up.
I pulled up his pictures for you the other day
Yeah.
when someone said that, and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
You do?
I guess so. You know.
He's like a boss ass lawyer, though, for, people.
I took the bar at least. No, I didn't take that. I took the LSAT. I did. I took the LSAT. I think I had, I took it January 13th, I think the day was, of 2020. The 13th or the 10th, I can't remember. That, like the LSAT, it's standardized, so the test dates are the same for everybody. And whatever day that was. But that was, I was so fucking sick, man. I had got sick that Thursday, the prior Thursday. The test was on a Monday. And I just remember I got sick Thursday at work. I had like 104 fever.
Jeez.
And I started feeling better, but I still, I had taken off Monday to take the LSAT, but I went in and took it. And I got a 148.
148.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Were you still sick?
But I was fucking
Oh,
sick.
dang.
And that was my first time taking it, and my plan was like, okay, I'll take it again in March. But then, I had signed up for it, but they had canceled it because that's when fucking COVID started.
yeah,
and
that's right.
I don't know if I had COVID right then or not, but I was fucking sick, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's as close as I got to being to Sal Goodman, I guess.
So I need to read this. This is kind of like a sad one, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. 712 said, I'm a 39-year-old virgin male due to a decision to devote myself to a religion that I no longer believe in. Today I regret that decision, as I never made time for romantic relationships, and now I fear it may already be too late. And then he goes on and on a little bit, but he just feels like he's failed a little bit. And I think like maybe there are some people that can relate to that a little bit.
Well, yeah, and especially in the sense of like feeling it's too late, right? Like everybody right now in their life, or many people, have different, they're at different stages, and some people they wanted to do something and didn't, and they feel it's too late, whether it's start a new career or go to school or fucking buy this car, I don't know, have kids, I don't know, get married, romantic relationship, and like the reality is like it's never too, like why is it too late?
Right.
Like based on what?
Right.
Like who fucking got to decide that?
Yeah.
Like is it based on like, are you going to be dead in 2 years? Like, do you know something we don't know?
Yeah.
The reality is like we're living longer and longer and longer and longer, and people are.
Yeah.
So like the probability of this 39-year-old guy fucking living to like 90 years old or 100 years old is really, really good. So, and then think about this, like, okay, like the first 20 years of your life, you're fucking off not knowing what you're doing anyways.
Yeah.
So now it's like you've, wasted 19 years? Great. You're 39, in 19 years, you'll be 58.
And it's never too late. When did you meet me? When you were 37?
Yeah.
36, 37, something like that.
35 or 36, something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's never too late.
Yeah.
Never too late.
Everybody's like, yeah, look at that guy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but there is, I think that's a message that can come across in any kind of situation, is like, don't ever feel like it's too late for anything. It's not.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I just turned 40, and as weird as it may sound, like, it's fucking cliche, right? Like, I feel younger now than I did when I was 26. When I was 26, I was finishing up 5 years in the Marine Corps and about to start a new career as, be a civilian and go into these different things. But like in my mind, I'm like, holy fuck, like I've wasted this time, I did spend 5 years in the Marine Corps, but maybe I should have gone to school, and now I'm 26 and I was married at the time. And I just felt like, holy fuck, like I felt like I was like fucking 60,
That's wild.
Yeah, and like I also remember being 19 and like fucking failed out of college, like fucking off because I partied, right? And like at that point when I'm 19 years old, I felt like fucking life was over. Like, what am I going to do? And it's like, and now it's like life keeps moving on, and you just keep fucking moving with it. Put one foot in front of the other. And sorry to interrupt, but one more thing. It was one person that really helped me with these thoughts was Gary V and Gary Vaynerchuk. So check out his podcast. His podcast is wonderful. Nothing like ours. His is definitely safe work and like business type stuff. Social media. He's a great guru, branding, marketing guy. And he'll also let you know that it's never too late to fucking do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. It's never too late for any of that. And for anything, like a new job, a new relationship, anything, starting your life, maybe you have to start your fucking life over because you went bankrupt. Like, it's okay. I think especially if you're just being a good human being to other human beings, you genuinely take care of yourself and people around you, then I think good things happen.
And I think to summarize this entire conversation about what this 39-year-old guy was talking about, whether it's too late, is like that entire statement really is rooted in one thing we haven't even talked about, and that's like judgment and comparing yourself to others. Only based off comparing yourself to others does he think that it's too late because he's seen others do this, right? Like, that's what Gary talks about. Like in business, he says he'll have people coming up to him, a 30-year-old guy that's like, oh, I should have made it this far. Well, why? Well, because my friends did. Well, you're not your friends.
Yeah.
Like, you're you.
Yeah.
Your friends might have got ahead up to this point, and to you, it may seem like they're ahead, but who knows? Like, things may change, and you fucking keep, moving forward, and in 10 years, you may leapfrog them.
Yeah.
So like live the moment for the moment, and don't fucking worry about that you're 39. Just go and get some pussy.
I saw him post a video with this one lady recently, and she like walks up to him. She just like is passing by, but she's like, I'm gonna make it one day, and like and like Gary Vee just like comes over and grabs her and is like, you already have made it. Like, you're you.
Right.
Like, you are literally 1 in a million. And she just like sits for a second and just like starts crying. He's just standing there telling her that. So yeah, I definitely believe that. I hope that you guys enjoyed some of those dirty confessions. Obviously, everyone seems to be in a little bit of a season here. So spring is coming. I'm very excited for better weather, sunny weather, more sunshine, more happiness. I think that's another good lesson too, is like seasons. Whenever you're in a rough, like, you feel like the world is just, nothing's getting better, and day after day it's just getting worse. Like, just know you're in a bad season. That's it. You're just in a season, and soon that season will be over and you'll be in a new season. Tony Robbins talks about that all the time. Before we sign off here, though, I want to let you guys know a lot of people, even within the last few days, have messaged me on OnlyFans asking about P content. I would love to even be able to have a conversation with you guys about it on OnlyFans, but I can't. OnlyFans does not allow P content. They don't even allow you to type the word. Sometimes when people do, I'm like, how did OnlyFans let you do that? Because they will erase it immediately. So P content is not allowed on OnlyFans. So if you're looking for P content, Fansly is now the place to go. I have a Fansly open. I have not used it in the past few years, like a lot of the content creators you see have. So I'm just now getting to Fansly, but that's where I'm going to be putting all my P content. Soon there will be a lot more outdoor P content, so I'm very excited. But if that is what you're looking for specifically, then I can tell you guys for sure, head over to Fansly.
Fansly is a fantastic platform, by the way.
It has, I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but a few years ago when I first tried to use it, I literally could not even figure out how to like post a paid post or open it for my subscribers or anything like that. Fansly is incredible now.
They're interactive with you too. I remember because the reason you got back on Fansly recently was because you had said they reached out to you on X, like out of nowhere, just as in like, hey, like you should come over here and
because I just wasn't. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy with Fansly. If you guys, I know OnlyFans kind of gets a bad rep from a lot of you guys because of the way the platform is. So I'm excited to be able to have Fansly and be able to actually talk with you guys over there, because OnlyFans does restrict a few things. I love OnlyFans. I am mostly on OnlyFans for those paid people because I'm so grateful. But if you're wanting kinkier stuff, then head over to Fansly. That's the place to be.
Yeah, OnlyFans is fantastic, and it definitely has its purpose. But the reality is like OnlyFans hasn't innovated in the past 3 years at all. I mean, like the platform that OnlyFans is today is essentially the same platform that OnlyFans was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
The platform that Fansly is today is leaps and bounds better than it was 3 years ago, and it just keeps getting better, and it just works too. Like the app's very fast, works really well.
It is. It's quick, and I do, because some things to me are just silly on OnlyFans. Like I think the caption I went to put the other day on one of my things was like cock drunk or something, and they were like, you can't put drunk, it's a restricted word.
They
and
have
I'm like,
they use word filters, right? So anytime you go to post or send a message, your messages are being restricted because you have the word choke or drunk or pee
nice
or
to meet you, meet.
Yeah,
you can't say meat.
Yeah. So I have to work around that a little bit.
Yes, we do. But so I just want to put a PSA out there for anyone that's listening and is a P fan, to give you a for sure answer. Fansly is the place to be for that. So I look forward to chit-chatting with you guys. I would love to answer more questions from you guys. So if you want to write in, paintingactor9@gmail.com, or if you want to write in on one of my platforms that you follow me on, then feel free to do that. Reach out with any of your questions. We'll be more than happy to answer them. I love hearing from real life people what's going on. That's why I love the confessions, real life stuff.
I like reading confessions.
Yeah, they're good.
Confessions are fun.
They're usually real dirty too, yeah.
Well, Painting Doctor, thank you so much for having me on this 81st episode of the Painting Doctor podcast. And until next time, I'll see you.
See ya.